love is running through my veins. Oh, this line can't be tamed. There's fire in my blood. Burn.
Right then, hello everyone and welcome back to the Assetto Corsa Offline Championship as we are here at Circuit de Spa-Francorchamps in Belgium for the Belgian Grand Prix. Yes, this is round 11 of the Formula 1 Championship here at the legendary Belgian circuit, and we're on the way with the first stage of qualifying. 12 minutes of Q1 await us, and Samet Özkan, the first man out. Yes, F1 here at Spa, and we've got some pretty big news as well, as this will be the first race session where we will have proper DRS rules implemented. So I'll go through that in a bit later, but it's big news essentially. But as with the Samet Özkan on his outlap, let's go through the track of the Circuit de Spa-Francorchamps, frequently referred to as Spa, despite the fact that it isn't actually located in Spa, but in the town of Francorchamps. Hence why the Francorchamps is added at the end. But this circuit is located in the municipality of Stavelot in Belgium. The circuit was first opened in 1925. Or 1921, and it ran through the it ran on public roads linking the three Belgian towns of Francorchamps, Malmedy, and Stavelot. And in 1924 saw the first edition of the 24 Hours of Spa race. Matter of fact, the 24 Hours of Spa is actually running right now, so after the ACOC action is done, we can all go watch that as well. But the circuit was first used for Grand Prix racing in 1925. It was shortened after a while. It was obviously over 15 kilometers long, the first rendition of the Spa circuit, and eventually when Formula 1 came to the circuit, and it's been held there ever since. It's been held there throughout the 60s and 70s, and then also every year since 1983. So it's a staple in the Formula 1 calendar, known as one of the most old school and greatest tracks on the F1 calendar. Such a fun circuit to drive, and host so many other legendary events. As I mentioned, there's 24 Hours of Spa, there's the World Endurance Championship 6 Hours of Spa-Francorchamps, and the TCR Spa 500, and it is a very, very just legendary circuit. It's got so many different corners that just make up so much history with the circuit, and it's just fantastic. But we're witnessing Samet Özkan on his lap as he's making his way onto Sector 3, very high speed part of the track. This is his head through Courpol Frère, and then through Blanchimont, turn number 17, and then turn 18, and now into the final chicane, the bus stop chicane, and through he goes through the final corner to set his first lap, Samet Özkan, and it's a 1:49.354 for the Swede in the Toro Rosso. Lamas Osniska is next across. He is 3/10 slower than Özkan at the moment. Yeah, we'll see if Sosniska is able to get off the pace. Özkan Stephen McIntyre, 1:49.823. There's Josef Fredrik Schuto, 1:50 flat for him, as Blackwood now sets a 1:49 flat. and it's beaten by Franco Gamba. Obviously, remember, Franco Gamba secured his first and only podium in Formula 1 at this venue back in 2017 when he was driving for Force India. So I think Franco holds the circuit quite close to his heart. It's Fernando Tost across the line. FG and Graf, the two Ferraris across. Graf only man into the 147. There's Thomas Mandic behind the Hasses of Victor Album and Jafari Blackwood. So Mandic hasn't gotten the greatest lap time then. There's Kulasek across. Splits apart the two Hasses at 149.082 for Kulasek. Novikov across the line ahead of Lavazosnishka. He goes. Alfred Klaus in third. There's Enis Parachki in the second. Splits the two Ferraris. Jesper Johansson, P5. Some other cars across the line that we are waiting. There's Luca Farina, P4. For Luca Farina, that's a great lap time from the Italian there in fourth place. Ahead of Klaus and Johansson. That is a fantastic lap from Farina. That's Cherezhny across the line. Going P17. Milka Singh P7. That's great stuff from Singh, who was cruelly denied points, obviously, last time out at the Hockenheim ring. There's Asnishka setting an improvement into P15, and that's all the 20 times on the board then. Dennis Graf currently fastest. And your bottom 5 is currently Tost, Novikov, McIntyre, Cherezhny, and Shuto. So those are your bottom 5 at the moment. Fernando Tost, P16. That is usually not where you see him. And we'll see if... we don't know what's really happened to Tost, but we'll see if he can improve later on in the session. There's still 5.5 minutes to go of qualifying as Victor Album's at an improvement. P12 he is at the moment, as Tost goes across the line, and he goes P15. Knocks Zasnishka down to the elimination zone. Thomas Mandic is an improvement, but he stayed P13. What has happened to Thomas Mandic, may I wonder? No idea, but the Red Bull driver really isn't on the pace, it seems like. As we see Tost making his way down the Camel Straight. What's his first sector time going to be? It's 32.3 as Parachkis has an improvement, goes P2. Johansson up at the 4th. As Fernando Tost makes his way now down to Bruxelles as he comes out of Les Combes. Into Bruxelles corner he will go. And now through No Name, turn number 11. As this calls, the track goes downhill now then. Down to Pouon as Cherezhny improves up to 18th. And Lewis McIntyre through Pouon he goes. Flat in these cars. It's a spectacle to see the cars powering their way through the Pouon corner. And now through Campus, turn number 13. 14. There's Zasnishka with the P13 now into Stavelo. You can see the static camera really gives you a sense of speed in these cars. You can see there's about 6/10 off Dennis Gross. It could be an improvement for Fernando Tost as he heads onto Sector 3. Lewis McIntyre setting an improvement. So did Josef Frederick Schuto, but Schuto will stay last. Now as Tost heads through Blanchimont. Nice on the curb there. As he's going to head into the chicane. The bus stop chicane, obviously. And he's into the pit lane, so he won't finish up that lap. Thomas Mandic, let's see if he's going to finish up this lap. And he will. So Mandic then across the line. Let's see if he can get himself out of P13. And he can. He goes P11. Just behind the man who he replaced at Red Bull, Mohammed Patel. Patel obviously wasn't here for the Belgian Grand Prix last season. He had to sit out the race. And replacing him was Ide Weiss in Red Bull, who secured his first and only podium in F1 history on his F1 debut, that was. Patel then came back the next race after to win it. So it was a very nice redemption story for Mohammed, but unfortunately he could not keep the Red Bull drive. Milka Singh, the Alfa Romeos, I have to give it to them. P5 and P6. That is wonderful lap times from both Luca Farina and Milka Singh. And Singh might finally be on 4 points. I'm not going to jinx it. I'm not going to jinx it because I feel like I did last time out at Hockenheim, but yeah, we'll see. Lavos Asnishka then is going to come across the line. Let's see if the Serbian can improve on this lap time. No, he cannot. 0.007 of a second off his own personal best, so couldn't really manage the improvement. Here's Kai Chireshnia, as he's on a lap time here. Down to P19, he goes to loose McIntyre. Gets himself out of the elimination, so for the time being, as I think we have had a crash somewhere. That's BNFG. And what has happened to the Swede? I'm gonna see what happened to the Ferrari driver. So this is the final chicane, and I think that will be Fernando Tosten. Oh dear, and he's tangled with the McLaren there, and he's stopped in the pit entry, and that could be quite dangerous actually. That could be very dangerous. So we don't really know what is gonna happen there to FG. Hopefully can get on the way once again, but I think hopefully that shouldn't affect any drivers coming into the pit lane. Obviously Mandic goes across the line, so it's yet another improvement. P9, so it's making slow but steady improvements. FG still stuck into the bus stop. That is not good, but either way Dennis Graf is gonna make his way around the final corner. Let's see if Graf is able to muster up an improvement. No, he doesn't, but it still is the fastest time on board for him. Jesper Johansson is going to go across the line. What can he do? He sets an improvement, but he will stay in fourth. So Maximilian Novikov is going to start his lap with about 1 minute to go in the Williams. This is Novikov, who's been on a Q1 a few times this season now, along with teammate Shuto, but don't look to be too much on the pace at the moment. But yeah, Alfa Romeo really have to be ones to watch here, as Kai Chireshnia goes P13, so that's actually a decent lap time from Chireshnia as he gets himself out of Q1. Obviously the Alfa Romeo duo have experience around the circuit. Luca Farina took pole here in 2017. Or no, he's won here, and so has Milka Singh as well. Both of them have won here in Formula 2. Funnily enough, Singh won here in 2017 and Farina won here in 2018. So both are race winners at the circuit, which is quite cool, and demonstrates familiarity with the Spa circuit as well for both Luca Farina and Milka Singh. Either way, Kai Chireshnia is making his way around the circuit for his lap. So is the F2 champion Jafari Blackwood, as Alfred Klaus sets up an improvement. Up into P4 goes the Swede, ahead of his fellow countryman Jesper Johansson. And now, as the checker flag is out and waving, we're waiting for the final few cars that are going to come across the line. It's Kulasek in, so FG's not too much of an issue when it comes to that, though it does look very awkward. Either way, first man across the line will be Dennis Graf. The 2017 world champion is going to cross the line, and he improves, extends his advantage over the field with a 1:47.859. We'll see if that time will be beat, obviously, but it's still Q1, so it doesn't really matter. Novikov across the line. It's P12 from Maximilian Novikov. That's a great lap from the Williams driver, and I think he is through into Q2, Maximilian Novikov. That is a great lap from the young Russian, as Kai Chireshnia is going to make his way across the line as well. Can Chireshnia improve? No, he can't, but he's going to stay P14, so I think that should just be enough for him to get into Q2, as Blackwood goes across the line. Doesn't need to improve, but he doesn't need to. He's P10 at the moment. Labas Asnishkai in the elimination zone, and he's out. He's coming into the pit lane, so Asnishkai will start in P17. Same with Samet Özkan, who's going to be down in 18th place, so that is quite the shocker, actually. Victor Olbom, who's in P15, just tethering on the edge of the elimination zone. Will he finish up this lap, the Dane? We're going to see as he rounds the bus stop chicane. He's going to finish up this lap, Olbom, so let's see if Victor can set an improvement across the line. He does improve, but he's going to stay P15 for the time being. Alfred Klaus coming into the pit lane. The final car across the line would be Dennis Graf, I think. No, we don't know if the car was, but either way, that is Q1 done and dusted. Dennis Graf is fastest, and your bottom five are Josef Fredrik Schuto, Fernando Tost, Samet Özkan, Labas Asnishkai, and Lewis McIntyre. So that is actually quite interesting then. The Alfa Romeos look really solid on the pace, but Toro Rosso just don't really look good here. I mean, they're both knocked out in Q1, and yeah, it wasn't very. What was I gonna say? It just wasn't the greatest result for them, but they're gonna have to hope for more in the race, obviously. Fernando Tost P19 as well. They seem to be really struggling here at Spa-Francorchamps, which is a shame to see. Obviously, he's been on fantastic form recently. So yeah, we will see. And I got Lamas Niskai down there as well. He's been kind of in and out when it comes to qualifying performances. Either he's out of Q1 or he's into Q3. So I feel like there's some tracks which he excels at and some that he just doesn't, which is quite interesting. But nonetheless, yeah. Franco Gamba obviously did quite well, along with the two Hasses. Jafari Blackwood was P10, followed by Victor Albom in P15. Then you had Kai Trezhnia making it out of Q1 as well. So we'll see if any of those guys can make it into Q3. So obviously Haas has only been in Q3 once this season. That was at the Austrian Grand Prix when Victor Albom was able to drag his Haas into Q3. As we're now underway with the second stage of qualifying. Q2 is on the way, 10 minutes on the clock, and it is Dennis Graf, the German, who is the first man out. Obviously Graf, he's only had one win this season, which is really odd, considering how how high caliber of a driver he is. But Ferrari, both Ferraris seem to be really struggling at the moment. They're not where they were back in 2018, but they are still winning races. Both FG and Graf only have one win. And then you look at, as opposed to Jesper Johansson's 4 victories. So that Mercedes is an incredibly dominant car, it looks like. But we'll see what... We'll see what's gonna happen. As Graf is now gonna make his way around Blanchimont. Round turn 17 goes the world champion, now to turn 18. And through the bus stop chicane to start this lap of the Circuit de Spa-Francorchamps, on board with Dennis Graf for a lap of Spa as he goes across the line to start the lap. Now down to the run into the first corner, La Source, the original corner that's been there since 1921, as he heads out of it. Good on the exit there. It's a bit banked on the inside line there, so you can accelerate a bit earlier. Now onto the arguably the most legendary corners on this track, Rouge and Rowdy on the climb up. You just go flat through, they keep the throttle pinned completely. Now down the Camel Straight, as you will have DRS down to Lake Coombe. The chicane late on the brakes for Graf. On the curb there, nice and easy through turn 9 there. As the track rises downhill, as the track goes downhill now into Bruxelles. You get on the power quite late here, and then through turn 11, no name. As this track heads downhill a bit more here through Pouhon. Now let's flatten these cars. Just look here. You can hear the sound of the V6 turbo hybrid as it goes through there. Fantastic stuff. And then into Campus, turn 13. And then the left-hander of turn 14. Down to the right-hander of Stavolo. Get on the brakes there. Unleash the power. And now into sector 3, so 119.522 in the middle sector, and now onto sector 3 as he heads to Cru-Paul Frere. This section is basically flat in these cars through Blanchimont. The world champion goes now through turn 18, right the curb there, and then into the bus stop chicane. Really easy to overshoot it here. but into turn 19 he goes, kicking up the back end there as he heads through the final corner. Let's see what it will be for Dennis Groff as he goes across the line. 149 flat for Dennis Groff. It's a 149.010 for Dennis Groff. So yeah, it is a nice little lap there from him as Evji goes faster. It's a 148.8 for him. Parachki across the line as well, 149.2. Then we have Cherezhnia there in the mix. Alfred Klaus, 149.4, as he's behind Ennis Parachki for the time being. Wojtek Kulasek, so 149.8 for the man from the Czech Republic. As waiting for the other guys across the line, there's Mohammed Patel getting ahead of his teammate Kai Cherezhnia by 0.2 of a second. Milka Singh is P8. There's Jafari Blackwood as well. He's in the 150, so can't quite get into the 149s, unfortunately, for Blackwood. I think he's gonna want to set another improvement to try and get himself up there. Right now, I don't think that lap time would cut it into Q3. There's Luca Farina across the line, 150.3 it is for Luca Farina, as he gets ahead of his former championship rival Jafari Blackwood. Maximilian Novikov, P9 it is for him at the moment, so 153.43. There's Victor Albom with a 152, and Jesper Johansson now goes fastest, 148.7 from Miran Evji in second, and then Dennis Groff in third. Another two cars coming across the line. There's Franco Gamba up into P5. Goes the Italian, and Tomas Mandic will be P6. And those are all the 15 times on the board, and Jesper Johansson is fastest with 4 minutes to go. And the bottom five is currently Singh, Albom, Novikov, Farina, and Blackwood. Cherezhnia has actually made it in. He's P9 for the time being. And you got Kulasek there in 10th as well, and Gamba in 5th. So Franco Gamba looks to be really good around the circuit. Obviously, he's trying to make up for the qualifying he had in Silverstone. That was complete, or Silverstone was Spa or Silverstone where he qualified P5. I think it was Silverstone where he qualified P5 and then had that first lap accident which sent him down the order. He's obviously still looking to change that as Singh. Across the line he goes to go P8. We're watching his teammate Luca Farina at the moment as he gets knocked down to last place as Jafari Blackwood goes 12th ahead of Victor Albom as Farina makes his way round the bus stop chicane. Let's see if the Italian can manage an improvement, as across the line he will go, and it's no improvement for Luca Farina just yet. 3 minutes to go then, and Singh has been able to get himself out of the bottom five for the time being. Let's see if Victor Albom can do that as well as he goes across the line. He improves, but he will stay in 13th place for the time being. We'll see if we can get another run in. As here is Maxi Novikov, currently on a lap time in P14 at the moment, as he heads down the Camel Straight. It was the first time he will be racing here in Formula 1, along with a few other guys as well, as he heads through Lake Coombe, through turn 9 as well, down to Brussels. The Williams driver will go. Obviously, I think he has done fantastically in his, he's done quite well in his first season with Williams. That car is really, really uncompetitive. Looks like neither Shuto or Novikov have been able to drag that car into the points. But they've done all right considering the circumstances. I mean, they've gotten a few Q2 appearances here and there, and Novikov almost got the car into the points at Silverstone. So, you know, they've been doing all right for what they have been given. As Milka Singh sets yet another improvement, but he stays P8 though. Got 2 tenths ahead of Patel. There is Blackwood setting an improvement, getting himself into the 149s just about, as he is currently P12 behind Kulasek and ahead of Albom, his teammate. As Novikov heads through turn 18, now down to the final corner, Gonna see if he's gonna finish up this lap, and he does so. So let's see what it will leave for Maximilian Novikov. Will the Russian be able to muster up an improvement? No. He will stay P15 and last for the time being. As Victor Albom sets an improvement, 149.994. So he set yet another improvement. I think he's gonna get another lap in if he decides to finish this one. But behind is the Mercedes of Jesper Johansson. So that is not a person you want behind you on your flyer. And for Jesper Johansson, Victor Albom is not who you want in front of you, especially when you're pushing either way. Not gonna matter for him too much. Johansson's gonna try it on Albom. Jesper is he wants to get past Victor on track, as Albom's gonna be on the inside line, but Johansson gets ahead obviously. Either way, that's not gonna be much of a helping hand for Victor Albom in his lap time here. So that is not the best for Victor Albom, unfortunately, as I think that is going to be his lap time ruined. As the checker flag is now out, waiting for 8 cars to go across the line. Just going to check who will be the first man across. There's Milka Singh into the pit lane. Jafari Blackwood will be the first man across the line. Let's see if the Jamaican can improve. And he does so, but he will stay in P12 for the time being. Got some other guys on laps here as well. Luca Farina, La Bestia, as he was nicknamed in Formula 2, a race winner at the circuit. As he rounds the final few corners, let's see if Farina can get himself out of Q2 with the pace he had in the first stage of qualifying. No! Farina is out of qualifying here at Spa-Francorchamps. Maximilian Novikov is next across. Can he set an improvement? May I wonder. As he goes across the line, Novikov does not improve. He will stay P15. Victor Albom is next across. Can Albom improve? No, he stays 13th as well. So no improvements in the bottom 5, it looks like. And Albom not improving was expected, to be honest, considering his little runner with Jesper Johansson. As there is Johansson's teammate Ennis Parashki, as Parashki makes his way across the line right about now, and it will be no improvement for Parashki. So quite anticlimactic, not a lot of improvements from the driver. As Alfred Cloud's going to be the final man across. Let's see if the Red Bull driver will manage an improvement. And across the line goes Klaus, and it's no improvement for Alfred Klaus. And that is Q2 done and dusted, ladies and gentlemen. Jesper Johansson is now fastest from the 2 Ferraris. And your bottom 5 is Kulasek, Blackwood, Albom, Farina, and Novikov. So quite an interesting session then. You had Gab up there, obviously, in P7, and Singh as well into Q3. That is big. For Milka Singh, the Indian driver has got himself into the 3rd stage of qualifying. But yeah, the 2 Hasses are out. Blackwood and Albom, P12 and P13. And they got Kulasek just missing out there in P11. And then you have Luca Farina in 14th, and Novikov there still doing a good effort in P15. So, yeah, Haas got quite close. Albom obviously got quite screwed over there by Jesper Johansson, which is a shame. But we will never know if that lap was going to be an improvement or not. Either way, I think Gamba is going to be one to watch as well. Same for Milka Singh. Gamba's been looking quite strong in in qualifying so far. So I think we could see an interesting little session here, as we're now here for the 3rd and final stage of qualifying. The battle for pole is on, ladies and gentlemen. Tomas Mandic is the first man out. We'll see him make the climb up Rouge and Radion. Now down the camera straight, obviously Mandic, who is obviously has not been on the podium here, surprisingly, in his Formula 2 career. This was not one of the venues where he dominated in. And in 2018, I believe where did Mandic finish here in 2018? He finished, he didn't finish at the points actually. So Mandic did not score any points at this circuit. So we'll see if things will change around this time, and it probably will. So we are gonna wait and see. Obviously a fantastic young driver, Thomas Mandic. He's been struggling a bit with the Red Bull so far. I mean, he's accumulated a victory this season, but that's been his only podium. And hello, do we have a Kai in the commentary booth with us?
I don't know, do you? Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, great to have you here. We are just in Q3 here. Great to have you joining us for F1 here. We've got about 60 minutes remaining. Thomas Mandic is gonna start his lap here. If you'd like, you could take us through it.
Yeah, sure. So as he now goes into turn 1, last Souls, decent entry, nice turn, and gets a good exit here. Now as we go into the GT start finish straight as he's about to enter the most feared corner in all of motorsport. Left, left, right, and then left again, and now onto Camel straight as he went through Eau Rouge and Radillon, opens the DRS, and we're about to see him go into the next S section, which I think is my favorite bit of the track. Very flowing, you have to carry a lot of speed after that long straight. Nice corners from him, gets it done nicely. Now into the hairpin, downhill hairpin, easy to lock up, easy to overshoot it, kind of hard to hit the apex, but he does not miss it. Nice exit there, slight oversteer, left-handed judged well, no name passed, good. Now into Pouon, quite fast corner, let's see how he takes it. Nearly flat, keeps the turning going, as good exit into the next right-left sections. A lot of speed carried here, reminds me of Hamilton's 2020 lap, and he was just planted through that section. And now two right-handers, and we're about to enter the Blanchimont straight, I guess you can call it, before the Blanchimont corner. I don't know corner names, but I think you should have figured that out already. Here we go, nice little left, which will be followed by a much more heavier turn. Navigates that easily, and now into the modern bus stop, if you want to still call it like that. Nice turn in, doesn't spin it, a nice rotation for you in, out of the final corner, opens the DRS, and it should be a decent lap for Thomas Mandic as he sets the benchmark time of 1:48. And never mind, the Miran FG immediately beats him by 5/10. Damn.
Yeah, that looked to be a good lap for Mandic. Obviously, the lap times are looking far quicker than they were in Q3 and Q2. I think that's obviously because now that the drivers are giving it their all, using the fresh set of tires, most likely. But yeah, there's Miran FJ across the line in 1:47.7. Franco Gamba's next across. Great things are expected from him. It's a 1:48.5 for the Italian. Should be a decent enough lap time, but he's been quite on the pace now through Q1 and Q2, so I think he could achieve something well. Milka Singh, who's got himself into Q3 as well, really well done from the Indian driver. Maybe it could be a point starting position for him. Either way, he's going to go across the line, so 1:48.663.
I feel like every race I try and commentate now, Milka Singh does very well. I might be a lucky charm here, not to flatter myself or anything. But anyways, Denis Barachki now goes first, one less than a tenth, that's 0.05 of a second in front of Miran Evjes. Denis Graf goes third. Mohammad Patel, let's see what he will do. The British driver crosses the line and goes 7th fastest. Alfred Kaus goes 4th in front of his teammate, and then Jesper Johansson. What lap will that be from the Mercedes driver? Just 6th behind Mandic. So we have Kai Chereshnya over here, out of the final corner, opens the DRS, and he goes 6th in front of Johansson.
That is a very good lap time from Kai Chereshnya. And Jesper Johansson, I don't know what happened on his lap, but he just wasn't able to find the pace as Miran FG goes across the line, and he goes fastest ahead of Enis Parashki, assumes the provisional top spot. I was just going to say Jesper Johansson there out of force of habit, but it is Enis Parashki who's now down to P2. Franco Gamba is on a little lap here. I do think he's on a lap. We're going to see if he's going to finish up this one or just dive straight in the pit lane. He's going to finish up this lap and see where the Italian Franco Gamba in the McLaren can place himself. And it's P6 for Gamba. That is a good lap time from him. Milka Singh is on a lap time here as well as he goes through the final few corners now.
Should be probably an in lap, but I'm not sure. But one thing I have to say, what on earth happened on Johansson's lap? That is worrying, to say the least.
Yeah, that is just cataclysmic for Jesper Johansson. You do not see Johansson that far down. Either way, I think he is still going to be getting in an improvement because I don't think Jesper Johansson wants to start P8. I mean, he can afford to do it, sure, but he won't want to do it as in his practice sets an improvement 200ths off Miran Evji now, as Evji's teammate Graf is going to go across the line. The world champion does not improve. Mohamed Patel is currently down in P10, being beaten by teammate Cherezhnia, which is quite the rare sight to see, but Cherezhnia performing well finally in qualifying, which is great to see, obviously. Jesper Johansson, then the world champion, will come across the line. Will this be an improvement for him? No! That is a surprise.
What is going on with Jesper here? He was doing very well this season. I mean, if I'm not wrong, he's still the championship leader. What is going on with Jesper Johansson? Did he get the Miran Evji curse or something? I didn't understand.
Well, it feels like they've swapped places now. Either way, I think Mercedes have just given a setup that Johansson is not comfortable with at all, and it just seems completely off the pace. Gamba and Cherezhnia have out-qualified Jesper Johansson for the time being. Either way, as the timer now ticks down to 0, checker flag is out, and Gamba immediately dives into the pit lane, so he sees no more point in running. The 2 Red Bulls are in as well, which is a surprise to say the least. So they won't be improving. They'll stay P4 and P5. Milka Singh is going to be the first man across the line, if you don't count Franco Gamba, as he now heads through the bus stop chicane. And he's just going to come down and start finish straight. Let's see what it will be for Singh. And it is an improvement, but he stays P9. And it's practically then. Let's see if the man from Macedonia can challenge for pole.
Nope. Falls into the pit lane, then his Graf maybe. Let's see. But by the looks of things, it's not going to be an improvement. Just judging where he exits the corner and everything. Actually, I might be wrong.
Oh,
I am not wrong.
Yeah, and that is going to be Ennis practice staying P2 and Graf P3. So now the only hope for anyone else to challenge me on FG would be Jesper Johansson. And we're going to see if he is able to improve on this. But it's
not. Just looking at the exits, it's not going to be it. Oh my god, he's 8th. He's actually 8th. That is a very poor qualifying performance from Jesper Johansson. So Cherezhnia over the line, stays 7th. What happened to Johansson?
I have absolutely no idea. The championship leader completely off the pace, and across the line goes Miran Evji, and he is on pole position for the Belgian Grand Prix. Quite the turnaround after Hockenheim, don't you think?
Yeah, I mean, you see, I thought that, since it's Spa, it's a pretty power-heavy circuit, it would be an easy, Mercedes, Ferrari, Red Bull, top 6. Just not in particular order, just those 6 cars in the top 6. But I joined the commentary, and suddenly it's not all clear whatsoever. And I am, once again, ACOC never fails to surprise.
Yeah, I think this is the Kai curse with where one of the top drivers just starts performing really horribly.
Is it a curse now, really?
Maybe. I mean, it depends on who you are, I guess.
Depends on what the people want. Some people want to see, those top runners maybe start a bit back in the field. Always, always makes races a bit more interesting.
Yeah, but this, now with Johansson down in P8, this is going to be great news for the guys P2 and P3 in the championship. Klaus and Evji, obviously Klaus, or not Evji, I mean, has not had the best runner performances recently, and he is quite a way back on Klaus. And Johansson is 46 points behind Jesper Johansson, and Klaus is 28 points behind Johansson, so he's a whole race win and a bit more even behind Johansson. So it's absolutely crazy how much he's been really just steamrolling everyone this season. But it's still good news for Klaus because he's going to be able to, or he might be able to close down that gap to Johansson in the championship potentially today.
Yeah, that is true. Well, since it's Spa, anything can really happen. I mean, just judging by real life performances, you can easily gain a few positions on lap 1 if you just know how to avoid crashes. I mean, look at if you remember round 1, not round 1, but round 10, last time out at Hockenheimring, Josef Fredrik Suto, he gained so many positions off the start thanks to avoiding a crash between it was FG and Oskan, right? No, was it Oskan or McIntyre? And definitely Mika Singh was in there, but I have a memory of a chestnut. The lap 1 crash we had last time out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that thing. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, basically, Suto, thanks to his wreck avoidance, gained himself a few positions. So I'm trying to allude that Klaus might avoid like a top 3 crash and get himself into the lead. Or he might just send one,
Yeah, we could see, but now it's time for the starting grid, and we'll do this as always. I take the top 10, and you take the rest. So it's me and FG on pole position. I believe it is his third pole of the season, followed by Enis Parachi lining up a P2 it is, so he could be in contention for the race win today. And on the second row, we have Dennis Graf, accompanied by Alfred Klaus in P4. Then we have teammate Thomas Mandic in P5. Lining up alongside Mandic is Franco Gambas, a great qualifying for him. And he's going to want to make it worthwhile. Another great qualifier, Kai Cherezhny in P7. Great stuff from him with a lowly Jesper Johansson down in 8th. That's not where he wants to be at for the time being. And then we have Milka Singh in P9 with Mohamed Patel running out the top 10.
Yep, so then in 11 we have Wojtek Kulasek. Decent qualifying from the Renault driver, followed by the 2 Haskell's of Blackwood and Victor Album. In 14th, we can see Luca Farina in the Alfa Romeo Zauber car, followed by Maximilian Novikov in the Williams. 16th is Lewis McIntyre, followed by Laban Saznickai. There you go. You need to drink a bit more water. In 18th, we have Samet Özkan. In 19th, Fernando Tost. And in 20th, Josef Fredrik Suto.
Yes, so a very, very interesting grid then, as we're now going to get underway with the Belgian Grand Prix. Me and FG on pole position as the lights are coming on. We've got 6 lights here, Belgium. And we are underway for the Belgian Grand Prix. It seems to be a good start for me and FG. Graf has got a good jump there, as he's already alongside with Enis Parachi though. So FG leads as they head into La Source. Parachi on the outside line there as he's trying to hold up Enis Graf. The 2 side by side, just about, I believe. As no, Parachi is ahead, but Graf fending off Klaus as they head up Rouge and Radion. Graf, they're just remaining in P3 as he's trying to chase down Enis Parachi, as I think Cherezhny and Singh are having a battle there for P6. Oh no, and that's Victor Album at Radion, and I think in the second year running, Album is out at the Belgian Grand Prix.
Yeah, that's not a good sight. So he went for a move onto, I believe that is Patel. Yes, he did, for 12th place. Good start from him. And then, let's see what happened. A lot of battling, and he just loses it.
And
into the wall.
Hits the barrier as well, and I think Özkan went off there as well.
Yeah, yeah, he did. Luckily, I think he got the better version of the crash that happened. Never mind, also heavily into the wall. I think that might have been caused by the yellow flags that were given out for Album.
And there is the battle for the lead. Enis Parachi tried to swing around the outside on me and FG. He's going to have the inside line as they head out of Lake Coombe. But FG successfully defends. And Parachi's not been he's been compromised on exit, because here comes Dennis Graf on the inside line through Bruxelles. And now he's going to have the outside line as they head into No Name. Graf ahead to make it a Ferrari 1-2 at the moment. They're actually faring quite well, the 2 Ferraris, surprisingly enough. As C and Cherezhny are battling as well as Nishka and Blackwood, having a bit of a duel there behind, as there is Kulasek defending from Jesper Johansson, as Johansson's actually fallen down a position, but he's regained it now. Here to start, Gamba's fallen down quite a bit, down to P11, as he's now defending for fellow countryman Luca Farina. The two Italians going wheel to wheel as they are going to head into Stavolo. It is Farina who's going to remain ahead. Zasnishka having a bit of a look on Gamba as well.
Yeah, that was a hectic lap one. I hope that Uskan can make it at least to the pit lanes. There's Mohamed Patel now right behind Kulasic. He's running wide here all over the back of the Renault car to the outside. Tries to sell him a dummy but does not work. But at the moment it is a Ferrari 1 and 2, which is crucial for Ferrari, I believe, as there's Blackwood getting passed by quite a few cars. That's Novikov now, getting himself into 14th, maybe even 13th, as it's going to be 3 wide into Lasor, so that's not going to work. It did work, wow.
Yeah, Zasnishka got up. There's the two Red Bulls going side by side up Rouge and Radion. Actually, Monday trying it on Klaus. Remember last year it was Veit trying it on Klaus, as he went on to secure his first and only podium in F1. But yeah, Monday's gonna try. There's Cherezhny on Singh on the inside line then as they head into Lake Coombe. Singh, though, I think gets the better of the Polish driver, and he's going to remain in pieces for now. But Cherezhny has been putting the pressure quite a bit on Singh, but it's gonna turn to defense now for the Polish driver, because here comes Jesper Johansson on the inside of Brussels as the two are side by side.
Yeah, Cherezhny tried to get a nice exit outside line, maybe trying to maximize the exit, but the Mercedes is just way more powerful. And now the Polish driver is trying to fall down the order, but Mandic with the elbows out, I'm really impressed. Maybe finally, sort of the Gasly curse, if you want to call it like that, might be ending for Thomas Mandic, as that was some nice attempts at an overtake there, as we have Josef Friedrich Suter getting past Fernando Tos side by side, but yeah, Fernando Tos not really looking quick around here today, opposed to his normal pace, really.
Yeah, I mean, you expect him to see they're up there in the top of the midfield, but he's down there in P19, which is nowhere you want to see Fernando Tos. Meanwhile, here's his teammate Franco Gamba on the inside as they head through Blanchimont, as it's Gamba on the inside of his fellow countryman Luca Farina into the bus stop chicane. They will go, and Gamba is ahead as now we approach lap 3. Oh no! And that's Mohamed Patel.
Patel's off, and I think he might be done for today.
Yeah. I think he's stuck
there. For Mohamed Patel. What happened here? The Racing Point car following Kulasic, she was doing really well. You know, just keeping in touch with the Renault in the slipstream. Right behind him. Was it a reckless move from the British driver? Maybe. Let's see. He goes for it. Yeah, contact.
Oh.
Pushed it a bit too much. I think he rode the car a bit too much there and just spat him out.
Yeah, a bit aggressive there from him. But now, as we are on lap 3, I am very proud to say this, but DRS is now available, and you will be able to use it if you are within 1 second of the car ahead, and also when you are in the DRS zone. So finally we've got that working, and it should theoretically generate closer racing, as Jesper Johansson, there he is, getting past Milka Singh with the DRS. Into P6 goes Johansson, and you can see that the DRS route's already coming into play. Johansson getting past Singh. There is Farina, who is chasing down Franco Gamba once again, as they're battling for what is now P10, as Patel is out of the race.
Well, look at this. In 12 is Novikov, so another Williams car punching its way through the field, and very close to the points once again. So who knows, maybe this race, with the attrition that we're so far seeing with, you know, Patel and Albon out, who knows, maybe this is the race where Williams finally do it.
Maybe. Novikov, obviously, he's been close to the points on a few other occasions as well. We're going to see if he can do it though, but Ev Graf, who is now chasing Miran Evji, is just about just under a second off his teammate. So if he just decides to keep this gap, he is gonna be granted the DRS to try and get past Evgen. And they got Parachki there in P3 as well, who's gonna benefit from this. As you can see there, into La Source they will go. Jesper Johansson is at the fastest lap of the race, so he is gonna try to make the charge through the field, as he's now on the back of Thomas Mandic.
Yeah, as we can see now, Parachki did close up to Dennis Graf a bit on the main straight through Origin Radion. We will see Graf activate his DRS, chasing down his teammate, which would really be beneficial to, I think, either driver, FG being the one a bit closer to Johansson in the standings, but I don't think team play is really, team orders will really affect Ferrari today. I think both of them will go for it nonetheless.
Yeah, I remember Graf obviously wants the win here at Belgium. You remember back in 2018, he lost the race lead on, I believe it was the final lap of the race, to Jesper Johansson, as he was able to take the race win here today. But either way, we're gonna see what happens. As he's just about 6/10 off teammate FG as they head out of Prix, and then you got Parachki there, who is just hanging on as well, and then Klaus a whole 2 seconds behind. So that means he's not granted a DRS, but that means Thomas Mandis will have it, and that could be a very, very, very big benefactor for him. And they got Jesper Johansson, who's catching up to the Red Bulls as well, so he could play a very, very big part in this. And you can already see how close Johansson is to Thomas Mandis as they head down to Blanchimont.
Yeah, look at this. Johansson is not going to waste any time. He might even set it into the chicane here. Doesn't really do it, manage the fence, as there's been a crash in Formula 2 for anyone interested.
Oh dear. Either way, Mandis strong in the fence. Johansson had a look on the outside as they headed into the bus stop there, but now Johansson has lost the time that he gained on Thomas Mandis. But
yeah, look at this, the top three also close together, and it might be attack range, so to speak, for Graf against FG. Dipshim and DRS combined usually do their job when you're like 4 tenths behind the car. So one more lap, I think, and Dennis Graf will be on the inside of his teammate.
Yeah, we could definitely see that. He got very, very close to his teammate. There's Asnishka though on Maximilian Novikov, as the two are gonna duel, but the Novikov on the outside there as they head out of Lake Coombe gets a better exit. And Zosnishka has been compromised on the exit there as he tried to chase down Novikov. Here comes Jafari Blackwood on the inside line on the Renault, as the two are going to be wheel to wheel. Blackwood round the outside through No Name. Should be able to get this done. No, Zosnishka hangs on as the two are going to be side by side through Poo on Zosnishka on the inside line. And I think Jafari just has to back out of that. So it's going to be Laban who holds off the P13. There's McIntyre having a bit of a look, and he's actually kind of boxed in there as Fernando Tost tries it on the outside line as they head through campus on the inside as they exit campus now into Stavelo. Tost gets it done on McIntyre.
Beautiful battle, and where two men fight, the third one gains the most. As here we go, Johansson is through Mandich in Blanchimont. That was a daring overtake. Lovely stuff from the championship leader, and he is starting to pick up the pace over here.
Yes, great stuff to see from Jesper Johansson all the way down to Pilas Farina. Here he is on the back of fellow countryman Franco Gamba, still chasing down the McLaren for points. Gamba himself is trying to chase down Kulasek for P9 for the time being, as we see all of them head through La Source. As now we observe the top three once again as they make the climb up Rouge and Radion. You can see Graf just about 5 tenths off FG, just under. Now as the DRS is activated, you can see on the left on the timing board, he is gaining, he's gaining, it pulls out, has a look on the inside, but it's not close enough just yet for Dennis Graf.
Yeah, now we can see Chereshnya, I believe, yeah, he's going for Milka Singh, side by side for P7. Nice job from them, still side by side, but it is Milka Singh with the better exit. But Chereshnya, I think, still might send it onto the hairpin. No, not close enough, but that's a nice attempt. DRS finally come into play here, and you can really see its effect on the racing here in ACOC.
Yeah, great stuff there from Singh and Chereshnya in that battle. Really clean racing between the two. I do think Chereshnya is going to be able to get another chance at Singh, though those two have been going at it for a few last laps now. But Johansson, he's already got a Mandich. He's now looking to chase down Alfred Klaus, and Alfred Klaus is not a man who gives up a position too easily. As you can see, he's really chasing down Klaus now as they head through Courpont-Frere. Might try to Blanchimont as well, trying to line up alongside his fellow countryman. Has a look on the inside. He's really squillery, Johansson, as he has a look on the outside into Blanchimont. Really high-speed corners this is. And has a look on the outside into the bus stop as well, but he thinks better of it. And he stays behind for now.
I am so impressed with the car control of Johansson, because, you know, these cars are pretty aero sensitive, and weaving around right behind the car through the corners like Blanchimont, you know, just trying to get a good run. You need to have something in yourself to do such things and to control the car, to keep it planted. Yeah, that's absolute skill from world champion.
Yeah, amazing to see that level of bravery and a commitment from Jesper Johansson. Either way, we're going to see Dennis Groff now as he is chasing down his teammate Milan. He pulls over to one side once again, as he did last lap, but again, just like last lap, he is not close enough. Meanwhile, here is Kai Tereshin. He's going to come back at Milka Singh on the inside line, as Singh holds the outside then, but as the exit Lake Coombe, it's Singh who still is ahead of Cherezhnia. So Cherezhnia putting the pressure on Singh, as Johansson now really trying to chase down Alfred Klaus. You can see Klaus not gaining anything at all on the top 3, as he's 2.5 off Johansson's teammate Parachki there in 3rd.
Yeah, now he's not going to give up the fight, but this is costing them a lot of time to the top pack, which are in a bit of a DRS train, Barachki and Graf, and they're just using FG to pull away. So Klaus might be doing Ferrari a massive favor here. As there we go. This is Novikov and Saznichkai having a nice battle, but Novikov, well, no real match for the Renault, is it?
Yeah, Saznichkai had quite the easy job overtaking, obviously, the man replacement of Williams. As we're going to see how Laban Saznichkai got the move done on Novikov. You can see then as they head into Pouon here. You can see he gains a lot through Pouon. The downforce difference is phenomenal as he goes on the outside, late on the brakes, and then has the inside line. Really well executed move from Laban Sosnishka there. And that's going to allow him to pull away. There's Jesper Johansson once again through Blanchimont as Klaus covers him off. You can see there, strong in the defense, Alfred Klaus. And Johansson has a look to the outside, but Klaus once again puts up the defense to Johansson, as there, wheel to wheel, is Sosnishka and Farina. So Sosnishka making up yet another position there as he gets up with the P11. There's
Novikov. That was a bit too aggressive. Could have ended his race like Muhammad Patel did, and that's not what you want. But I guess in a car like a Williams, you have to take any chance you're given, as there's Lewis McIntyre doing just that. That was an opportunity, and he took it. He's still side by side with the Williams car of Novikov. They're gonna go side by side into Eau Rouge, and they will not.
I don't think they will, or just about. There was a little slide there from McIntyre. Luckily he caught that though. It could have been pretty big, and could have ended up like his teammate Summit Özkan, as there's Cherezhnia getting the back out as he's trying to make the move on Milka Singh. There's Tost and McIntyre side by side as Tost tries it on the outside line. It's going to have the inside, and this should be the superior line as they head out of Lake Coombe. McIntyre though hanging on the inside line as they now make their way down to Brussels. It is Tost who is ahead, and Shuto might try around the outside. There's Summit Özkan, but we're going to watch Shuto as he tries it on Özkan's teammate McIntyre. Can't quite do it though.
No, yeah, I mean, still, kudos to Fredrik for trying to, feels like they're trying to come back into this race. The Williams car's not that far off the pace, unlike Summit Özkan, who is, he's gonna be lapped today, let's be honest. The question is, will he be a detriment to anyone that comes close to him?
I do not think so. Obviously, the ACO says, there's Johansson, look at that. He's just completely all over Alfred Klaus here. But, we have, a bit of history with Toro Rosso's being lapped, I'll just say that. But,
I am aware.
Yeah, and Özkan is, he has damage on the Toro Rosso for sure, but I think he won't be too detrimental. Let's just hope that it won't be too detrimental to FG and.
Let's hope he
Graf.
doesn't continue the tradition, anyways. As we say, with the
Yeah.
previous Toro Rossos. As anyways, there is now Dennis Graf really close to his teammate. This is the attack range I've been talking about. Less than 4 tenths, 3 tenths in fact, and it's only going down. And here we go. Graf has the DRS wide open. He pops to the inside. He has the overspeed on his teammate, and he is in front of Miran FG into the come now, and it's actually Miran FG still in front.
Yeah, FG putting up the defense there to his team, and you thought that Graf would have that actually. I'm surprised the move didn't work. Here comes Ennis Paraski gonna try to disrupt the Ferrari 1-2 as he tries it on the inside of Purcell. Graf didn't get the best exit out of Lecumbe as Paraski sets up his line through No Name, and he gets it done on Dennis Graf into P2. He really took advantage of that, Ennis, and he now slips into second place. So great stuff from him there, as there is Tost and Novikov side by side, as Tost gets past the Williams there, as he goes up into 14th place. So Novikov falling down the order, and I mean, well, what can he do with the machinery that he is given? As now it's Lewis McIntyre, who's in a bit of a Williams sandwich here.
Yeah, but a great stuff from Ennis Parachki. That is, again, a thing I said, a two-man fight, the third one gains, and he just, used the fact that the Ferraris kind of slowed each other down, popped one to the inside of the hairpin, and that was a very nice, clean move. Graf had nowhere to go, really. He just had to yield the position, and he's probably going to hope for a better run on the next DRS zone. But anyways, Johansson stuck behind Klaus once again. The gap is stagnant, though. Luckily for him, when it comes to Klaus and Graf, as Parashki is right on the back of Miran FG. He's gonna get that position. It's not if he gets that position, it's a rather case of when. But actually that might go the other way around, as Graf actually does catch up well. And look at the run Graf gets in his Ferrari. He's gonna have the ERS. He pops from the outside to the inside, weaving all about. At the back of the Mercedes, he goes to the inside. Parashki got slowed down a bit by FG, but it does not work. It's no use at the moment. As there we go, Charekshan out flies past Mirka Singh. Nice stuff on the outside, as we can see now. Singh's teammate Luka Farina defending from Laban Saznickai, as the Serbian driver, I think, has got that position. Nice one on the outside. Farina not really having the pace. Might send one to the inside here, but it's not close enough. So that is another position gained by the Renault driver, who struggled a bit in qualifying, but is on his comeback drive at the moment.
Yeah, good stuff from Laban Saznickai. Actually, I do believe he was ahead of Farina, so I think it was Farina trying to retake the position, if I do remember correctly. Either way, they do remain where they are. You can see Johansson, he gets so close on Alfred Klaus through the third sector, and he just tries it everywhere. But Klaus is just, he just defends like a lion through this part. You can see here, so there's Gamba and Kulasek dueling for position. You can see there through Coupon Frere, as the two are going to be wheel to wheel for P9. Gamba finally gets the opportunity he's been looking for, as he has a look on the inside. Vojta remains ahead, though, as he is trying to cover off the McLaren. They're going to head into the bus stop chicane. Gamba has a look on the outside. Kulasek says no.
He just flat out refuses.
Yeah. That means that
Parachki is close enough to attack Miran FG. No car behind him to obstruct him. Has the gap, has the attack range, and I think the overtake might come here.
It for sure is going to happen. Look at the run Ennis has got on Miran FG. There's Summit Özkan ahead. Hopefully he won't do too much into this, but Parashki with the DRS then, and he's actually got it. It's for the corner. Ennis Parashki leads the Belgian Grand Prix. What a fantastic performance from the Macedonian to take the lead of the race.
And look at the gap. He's already pulling away from Miran FG, so he has the pace. He's bolting away. It's already a gap of 7 tenths. So I don't know what's going on with the Ferraris, but they do not have the pace they had at the start of the Grand Prix. Maybe it's a tyre saving trick, maybe they just ran out of those tyres, but whatever it is, Ferrari is struggling, as there is Klaus and his pack of cars catching up. As there we go, there is Özkan, and it's look at the pack, look at the Red Bulls, they are catching up immediately. It's the Toro Rosso annual race interruption delivery, so to speak, as Oh dear, this is gonna get messy, isn't it?
Oh yeah, and I think hopefully the position should stay the same. Price gets Özkan without issue. I think the Ferraris are gonna get him as well. Graf's been boxed in. Oh no! There comes Alfred Klaus as he's wheel to wheel. Toro Rosso. I mean, goodness me. I guess this is one way to help out your senior team.
She's going on to Johansson. Look at that.
Wow! Yeah, Thomas Mandic has really made it in all of this. There is Graf side by side with Summit Özkan. Graf gets past. Klaus and Mandic wheel to wheel. Look at that!
Mandic is in front. Mandic's got him. Mandic has his teammate Don behind him. I told you, Gasly face over, and I think I'm not going to eat my words. Albeit the Toro Rosso now holding this whole pack up, but this is mainly beneficial to the top three. Mandic is going to get him now on this little straight. That will lead to Rouge. No, he doesn't just yet to the inside. Klaus might follow him through. He does. Oh, no!
Oh, massive slide. And that's helped up Johansson a lot.
That camera cutaway was the biggest jump scare in my life.
Yeah, oh my goodness. But it's held up Johansson massively. Look, he's 1.7 off Alfred Klaus. So
Tereshia got up to him.
Yeah, but now he's stuck by Özkan as well. What is this? Tereshia gets past on the inside line. Singh should get him as well. No problem there. On the inside into Brazil, and he does get past him. Hopefully Özkan shouldn't hold up the others too much, but that was the result of that was Mandic getting past Klaus, so it didn't really help Red Bull too much there actually. Either way, there it is. Yeah.
Wow, this really shook up the order, and I mean, look at Thomas Mandic, 9 attempts in a row of his teammate, and I mean, his move on Jesper Johansson as well, that was some daring stuff over there. So we go, Franco Gamba and the two Renaults now lapping the Toro Rosso. Sazovsky at the moment has the base. Farina gets held up. Jafari Blackwood might sense an opportunity here. But at the moment, it doesn't look like it. Maybe Fernando Tost can gain a few positions out of this. The Williams car certainly will use this to their advantage, as it's an absolute mess over here. Novikov to the outside. He might get Jafari Blackwood. Oh, it's all kicking off here, isn't it?
Yeah, really. Look at this. Cars absolutely everywhere. Novikov's going to try to swing around the outside of Özkan, but oh, they touch, and Novikov's going to get past. Özkan goes wide, and I think that's going to allow all the others to go past. So
yeah, everyone has lapped Özkan, but that might be a bit of damage to the car of Novikov. As they did hit, but considering it was a tire to a sidepod thing, I think Özkan just picked up even more damage.
Yeah, and that's not really good news because that might slow him down even further. Let's hope not. Either way, battles are still continuing despite this little kerfuffle. We got Franco Gamba who's chasing down Wojtek Kulasek for P9. Might he try and get him into Lekum? No. It's going to stay behind. Either way, Lewis McIntyre is going to go on Fernando Tost on the inside line. Tost should have this, I do think, as he is on the outside line, the more superior line. Either way, McIntyre still tries to hang on, but he's not been able to do it, and it's compromising exit because Josef Fredrik Schuto is now going to try it on the inside line. Will he succeed this time? May I wonder, as he heads into No Name on the outside line, and he gets the overtake done on McIntyre.
Yeah, that's nice stuff from the Williams car. I'm really impressed again by these, by Josef, especially his loyalty and skill are shown because he sticks to Williams. So my heart is really big for him. You know?
Yeah, it's fantastic to see Josef. You know, he's pushing with this team, and you know it's great to see. And you got Dennis Graf. Look at how close he is to Mir and FG as they come out of the bus stop chicane. Has a look on the outside. FG covers him off as they head into the bus stop, and now out of it, you can see Ennis Parchkin really pulling away now, and he is looking to commandeer this race in his favor quite a lot. You got Mandic there in P4, who is closing down a gap a tiny bit to the Ferraris, but we'll see if he's able to catch up later. But now then, we're gonna watch the battle between the two Scarlet Red Ferraris as Graf and FG rise over Rouge and Radion into the DRS zone.
Let's see, it might be Graf once again trying to pull a trick. He goes to the inside. He's gonna get the move, I think. No, never mind. FG tries to still shoot it on the outside, gets a better run for Lecom, and as they're gonna leave the corner, I think it will be Miran FG with the advantage, but it is Graf still sending it to his inside. But the number 13 Ferrari, I think, will come out on top here. No matter what. No, I'm wrong. It's Dennis Graf into P2. The Ferrari swapped places as Mandic gains a bit of a 10th from all that back then.
Yeah, that was a great battle between the two Ferraris, and this Dennis Graf who came out on top in that battle. There is Tost and Novikov having a bit of a scrap once again. It's going to be Fernando Tost that comes out victorious in that one. I think Novikov was trying it on Tost actually, so nice stuff there from him to at least be able to contend against the McLarens. Jesper Johansson still stuck behind Alfred Klaus. That's going to be really frustrating as Kulasek gets the back end out there a bit, as he's being chased down by Franco Gamba. Jesper Johansson, you can see how close he is to Alfred Klaus as they head through Blanchimont, but I think he won't try this. I think he's going to save up to try the move into La Source. There is Zasnishka, and he's going to head to Franco Gamba actually. And Gamba, you can see, look at the cars behind. It's this entire little pack of cars. And you can see everyone's just trying to try it on each other, and they're all so close to each other. You can see that there's Farina who's having the look on Gamba. He's completely stuck in a McLaren sandwich here. And oh my goodness.
Right here. Blackwood having his rear step out there. McIntyre now trying to go to his inside. The two Williams cars dropped to two last positions as Novikov is delegated to 16th. As here we go, the motor not delegated as McIntyre tries to go for a move on Blackwood but fails side by side on the second start straight, I guess. And it is McIntyre. Yes, side by side, I suppose. And we can see one of the Williams cars try to pull to the outside, but there's no track there to go for. McIntyre still on the inside, and it is going to be a nice move to the inside, but Jafari Blackwood has the outside line, the better line, and that's the move defended. McIntyre tries to send one more move, as now we can see Novikov to the inside. The Williams cars are feisty. They don't want to, give up the spirit. They have what it takes, and that is Novikov easily in front of Lewis McIntyre.
That's a great move from Maximilian Novikov there, as he was able to take advantage of the battle between McIntyre and Jafari Blackwood. Some great stuff from him. And then you have Josef Schuto there behind. Jesper Johansson still chasing down Alfred Klaus. Once again to no avail, unfortunately, for the Swede. But we'll see eventually if he does push through. He might just sense the opportunity to try and get past as they head into the bus stop. He's still waiting patiently behind the Red Bull of Alfred Klaus. There's Dennis Graf, and he's actually within a second of Enes Parashki. So I thought Graf, now that Parashki had taken the lead and ran away with it, it looked like to me, I thought that the win would maybe be out of the cards for him, but he's actually pulled away from teammate FG, and he now might start to put the pressure on Enes Parashki.
Oh, certainly he will put the pressure on him. Dennis knows what to do. He has DRS, which is his biggest ally at the moment, and he has the advantage of laps in front of him. There's Alfred Klaus trying to make a move on his teammate, sliding out of the exit of the corner. That's not what you want, and Red Bull are probably not happy with this order of cars, especially with Johansson right on the tail of Alfred Klaus. So I wouldn't be surprised if they would be now screaming on the radio of Mandic to help his teammate out a bit. Maybe hold up Johansson for a few laps and allow Alfred to bolt away, which would be the logical choice, especially when it comes to the championship implications of this race.
Yeah, obviously I think they want Mandic to remain behind, especially for the championship as well. But I guess Thomas has other plans. I think Tost and Farina had a little bit of a battle there off camera, as we're going to witness Dennis Graf. You can see it's just 0.5 off Enes Parashki here, as they now are going to head to the high speed bit of Blanchimont and then turn 18 as well. You see Graf there as they head into the bus stop chicane. It's not going to try, just he's saving up for Lecombe, obviously, to get the sweet DRS and make the move into that corner. You can see he has DRS enabled through here as well as they head into La Source.
It's not going to be an easy overtake, but Graf has what it takes. He's already flown past FG. He is close to the attack range, but not exactly within. I'd say 1 to 2 more laps, and Dennis will be able to send one onto the Macedonian and, have it his way, really. As here we go, he catches up, he closes up with the DRS, but not close enough. As I said, 1 to 2 more laps and he'll do the move, and he'll be easily in front, as Thomas Mandic has pulled away from Klaus and is on the back of Miran FG.
Yes, this is the Thomas Mandic we want to see, ladies and gentlemen, as he's challenging for the podium here at Belgium. Always, I think I do agree with you. Same goes for Mandic as goes for Paratici. There's the 2 McLarens. Tost and Gamba are fighting with each other. Fernando Tost started P19 in this race, now doing for P11 as they head into Brussels. Gamba on the outside line, Tost on the inside. This steering leg should give him the outside line for no name, and that should allow him to get ahead, and he does so. Great stuff from Fernando Tost. Up into 11th, he goes 8 positions gained. Bravo.
Yeah, he just never fails to deliver, does he? I mean, when I saw the qualifying results, I was worried. Maybe, his streak of good performances is over. I was absolutely wrong. As here we go, Thomas Mandic, he has awoken. He is going to do what he must, and he has the strength to do it. Miran FG in front of him. He's going to wait a bit more. He's going to wait a few more corners, and that move is coming. Again, as I said, it's not a case of if, it's a case of when.
Yeah, we're gonna see when it will happen. You can see Graf all over the back of Enis Paratici now. It's Mercedes versus Ferrari for the race lead. It is the world champion Dennis Graf versus the man who was recently promoted to Mercedes, Enis Paratici, as they head now out of Radion. And now, with the DRS, is Graf gonna be close enough to maybe try and line up the move on Paratici?
Oh, he's gonna risk it, he's gonna risk it. I just risked it too early.
Yeah, it's too early for Dennis Graf. The move couldn't have completed the move from that far back. He has to wait a tiny bit longer, I do think. But the question is, how long can he wait? There's 4 laps to go, just about. And time might be running out. Thomas Mandic all over the back of Miran FG, and FG's backed up, has backed the Croatian up into teammate Klaus and Jesper Johansson, as there's Novikov fighting with Jafari Blackwood on the inside line, but there's not much the Russian can do, and it's going to allow Jafari Blackwood to remain ahead for the time being. You see Graf here is chasing down Paratici through campus. You see how close he is as they head into the 3rd sector now.
Yeah, he's bound to make that move. He made the mistake of going for the move a bit too early, a lap too early. The distance wasn't there. He just thought that, maybe he could put the pressure on. But, it was not enough. As we can see, Fernando was trying to break into the points, going to get the Renault of Salzniczka behind him. As here we go, Johansson slipstreaming Klaus slipstreaming Mandic, and Mandic slipstreaming FG. And then we have the 2 leaders. We did a bit of a breakaway. I think FG is doing a bit of teamwork over here, holding the pack up and leaving the mission to Dennis Graf here. There we go, Fernando Tolstoy over the back of the Renault of the Serbian driver. Let's see, is it going to be a successful maneuver? I think it's a bit too early. I think it's another case of waiting, but let's see. Yeah, he doesn't send it onto the bus stop chicane. As here we go, Thomas Mandic right behind the Ferrari. Dennis Graf lost a bit of ground to Paratici. I think he's gonna have to wait 1 more lap, because that distance is not enough to easily blast past the Mercedes. Let's see, but he's still gonna try it, as my words can't stop him, and it's another failed attempt. As here we go, Mandic, that might not be a failed attempt, as he sends it onto Miran FG. He sends it again. Still going to be side by side, never mind. No, actually, I think the Red Bull might send it again, but it's a bit too far back behind. So it is still Miran FG in 3rd. As back there, we can see a few cars battling with McIntyre.
Yes, McIntyre as he goes wheel to wheel with Luca Farina now. As Farina on the outside line here should have theoretically a better line. McIntyre's still going to try to hang it on the inside line, but it's not much the Brits can do, and it's going to be Farina who remains in P13. But yeah, Graf just needs to be a tiny bit closer, and he'll be able to make the move. Just a tenth or two, and he'll be past his Mandic. Already trying it. Oh, Miran FG, Mandic is looking good today, but he's kind of been compromised on exit here, because here comes Alfred Klaus having a look on the inside line. And he has a look on the outside of his teammate. Mandis didn't get the better exit. This could be good news for Jesper Johansson, as the two Red Bulls are dueling with each other. Klaus all over the back of Thomas Mandic, but Mandic cold as ice when it comes to defending from his teammate. There's the two McLaren side by side. Gamba trying it on Toss once again. What a thrill of a race this has been, as Gamba tries it on the outside line, both going all out for position. And it's going to be Gamba who unfortunately is going to have to back off as his teammate Toss will hold P11. But now the battle for the race lead. Graf, you can see how close he is now on lap 20 out of 22 at the Belgian Grand Prix. He's in the DRS, already pulling alongside Dennis Paschke. And
he's already going to be in front. He is in front, and he's done it. Dennis Graf has done it. He's into the lead, but there's a caveat to this. With 3 laps to go, we've seen on the camera, we've seen the Toro Rosso.
Oh no! Don't do it, Summit! Either way, Dennis Graf, what a fantastic overtake that was. I mean, he just pushed on for so long, finally got close, and, you know, sailed past with DRS. There's the two Renaults dueling. Kulos against Zasnishka. Zasnishka trying to slip up into P9. Oh, slide there from Laban, but he's still going to hang on the inside line. Oh no.
Oh, there is Parachki. He might use this little back marker to his advantage. What is Samet Özkan doing?
Do this, Samet!
This is the game-changing moment of the race as they get held up and the rest of the pack is going to catch up. There is Miran FG. Come on, no, Parachki! Parachki regains the lead!
Boxed in. Oh my goodness, Ennis Parachki takes the lead in the race. That's going to be super controversial. And that is going to...
That's Mandic!
Mandic, look at that, as he's going to slip past, and Klaus might try to take advantage of this as well, but this has really, that Graf will be incredibly angry, I do think, as there's Johansson, who's looking to get past Özkan now as they headed to the bus stop. Oh my goodness, you can see how slow the Toro Rosso is, and Johansson must be screaming, get out of the way, from the cockpit of his Mercedes. You can see he's just completely stuck behind Özkan there, and this is really not playing into the World Champion's hands. Either way, we're going to see the battle once again. Graf, who was hindered by Özkan to take the lead of the race, he's going to try once again as he is closing with DRS. Now, he has the slipstream, he's got the DRS, has a look on the outside, switches to the inside though. Can Ennis do anything? I don't think he can. Dennis Graf retakes the lead of the race. Only a lap later, a back marker can't stop him as he will retake it from Ennis Parachki.
Yeah, we can see a bit of a side-by-side movement from between Farina and Blackwood now. Oh, that was a bit too close for comfort, but yeah, what a battle. Graf. Nothing's gonna stop him today. That's probably what he said to himself in the cockpit when that Toro Rosso appeared. He just activated the 9th gear in his car and he's back into the lead. Pulled a bit of a gap onto Ennis Parachki. Miran FG now also might attack the back of that Mercedes car, but he has a bigger issue to worry about, and that issue is the Croatian Thomas Mandic behind him, who's trailing the back of that Ferrari.
Yeah, Mandic obviously is on. He wants that second podium of the season that he's been waiting for so much, that him and his team is waiting for. He already tries it on the inside line, but I don't think that is the smartest thing to do, Thomas. Look how much time he's losing on the straight now. That has really compromised him. And he's just going to have to hope that he's able to close down that gap in the first sector to be able to make a move into Lake Kuma. I think he's just got... He felt the grandeur there of the podium, as there's Toss on the inside, basically made the same move as Mandic there, as he was trying it on Gamba. Gamba himself though is trying it, he's going to try it on Kulisek for now, we're just about entering the final lap of the race as Gamba is chasing down Wojtek Kulisek for the points position. Will be a double points finish for Renault, or will Franco Gamba be able to nab 1 point away from the French marquee? We're gonna see, as now we head up the start-finish straight, and you can see how close Dennis Pratsky is on the final lap of the Belgian Grand Prix. He's got DRS, he pulls alongside the German as the two are wheel to wheel. And he's got him. Enis Paratsky retakes, the final lap of the race from Dennis Graf. What a fantastic battle for the lead we've been treated to. And it's going to be Enis Paratsky who takes the lead on lap 20.
Oh my! Having to correct it twice through the top. On the top of Radion, my days. But Paratsky, what a drive! I thought that maybe Graf took the lead a bit too early because Paratsky would still have DRS. Would it be, a big of enough gap? And it wasn't. And Graf is going to be absolutely fuming in that cockpit that he didn't wait a lap. Because, this is pretty much what cost him. The DRS, the implementation of it. Maybe he forgot about it. Maybe he was, completely focused on the fact that he was, finally leading back. And whatever the cause is, he lost the lead. And he's probably not going to retake it. Drama for Graf. FG has to be careful about Mandich as well, because Mandich is right on the back of that Ferrari. That Red Bull has the pace and probably even the bravery to take that P3 away from him, but the question is, will he have the space to do so?
We're gonna see as we're gonna head through the final few corners. Now it's Old Dog FG versus the youngster Thomas Mandich. FG blocks him though into the final corner, and coming across the line is Enis Paratsky, who wins in Spa. What a drive from Paratsky. Graf's gonna have to settle for P2, and FG just holds off Thomas Mandich there. Johansson's gonna come up P6, and Kai Cherezhny at P7. What a drive from him as well. And Milka Singh finally, better late than never for him, as he is gonna come over.
Two McLarens are having a bit of a fight there, Gamba and Tost. Oh, that's because of our beloved backmarker over here, but there we go. It's gonna be Gamba in front of Tost, and we can see Novikov in 13th.
Yeah, what a result from Maximilian Novikov. He's just gonna hold up McIntyre there. And then that is all the cars over. And now we can breathe out.
That was insane. Oh my days. Johansson with the fastest lap, but it doesn't really matter, does it?
No. We are gonna go through the final classifications then. Enis Paratsky, it's win number 2 for the Macedonian. Great stuff from Paratsky. What a drive that was from him. And Dennis Graf, he pushed on so hard, but only P2 is what he could manage. And then it's his teammate Miran Evji who finishes a close third from Thomas Mandich in P4. Then Alfred Klaus P5 with Jesper Johansson. Obviously, I think he was expecting a lot more from this weekend, but he will finish P6 with Kai Cherezhny in P7. Then Milka Singh finally points for the Indian driver, P8. And then the two Renaults of Zasnishkai and Kulasek, P9 and P10.
Yeah, and then in 11 we have Franco Gamba, and in P12 his teammate Fernando Tos. These two battled a lot. No points sadly for the McLaren outfit, but still, a good effort, especially from Fernando Tos to gain 7 positions today. Kudos to him. 13th, Maximilian Novikov, also a good race in the Williams. Was, I believe, theoretically last at one moment of the race, or at least second last out of the cars that were still running. So, very nice climb up the order there for him. Lewis McIntyre in 14th, then we have Luca Farina in 15th, Jafari Blackwood in 16th, and Josef Fredrik Schutter in 17th. 2 laps down was Samet Özkan, and then Patel and Album retired in their own respective incidents.
And that has been it for a very, very exciting Formula 1 race. But I think before we go, we are going to give our driver of the day. And my driver of the day, it will go to... there's so many people I can give it to. I really want to give it to Enis Paratsky. But you think about Laban Zasnishkai, who's gone from P17 to P9, which is a fantastic performance from Laban. So he's going to be my driver of the day. Great stuff from the Serbian.
Yeah, that was some amazing stuff, to push yourself from pretty much, from the second last row of the grid to points in these, thick and wide cars. To me, this shows that DRS is an absolutely amazing addition to the series, but also shows that Laban is a very skilled driver who knows how to put his car and where to put his car to get into those higher positions. But Miran, I'm gonna one up you, and I'm gonna say Fernando Tost.
Oh, yeah, Tost he did very good as well, starting P19 to P11. He did a really fantastic performance.
Yeah, he was
as
also
well.
very close to that points barrier, but in the end couldn't really get it. But yeah, both of them, Laban and Fernando, I believe they both deserve, that honor of having driver of the day. Both of them having an amazing race, and they really showed us some great racing today.
Yeah, it's really fantastic. There was so many drivers I wanted to give it to today. But yeah, that's been it for us. We will catch you when the ACS returns for Formula E tomorrow. But that has been it for me. I'll be Mir Energy.
And Ivan Kaiseresnia.
Thanks so much for watching this amazing race. Congratulations to Ennis Pratke on the second victory. But that's been it for us. Make sure to catch us when the ACS returns for Formula E tomorrow. Thank you, and